Hey YouTube, this is Mr. King Lim, and today I'm bringing to you my new top 10 video, and this one focuses on my top 10 synchros. Now I've made a couple of videos of course before, top 10 exceeds, spells, traps, normal monsters, but now since synchros are technically making a comeback in this day and age, so I decided to finally do my top 10 synchros videos. Taking the number 10 spot, we have Mecha Phantom Beast Concord Ruda. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, basically I like this card for multiple reasons. A, it works well with the Mecha Phantom Beast deck profile, which is of course one of my favourite deck profiles to use. It's based on the Concorde, which of course is a famous aeroplane, and yeah, it has helped me out quite a bit of times with Mecha Phantom Beast. At number 9 we have Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. Now I've played with the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile quite a bit. I don't always make this card, but it's always nice to have it as an option, and since it's technically the only level 9 synchro I have at the moment, well, it's definitely a very useful card. Basically the reason I like it is because it helps protect your dragons, such as maybe Alexandra Dragon, Blue Eyes, and I think this is also protected under its effect. And also, of course, during the standby phase you can special summon the normal monster from your graveyard, so basically that means you can just keep getting a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your graveyard back to the field. At number 8 we have Dirac Giga. Yeah, I destroyed that card's name, which is kind of ironic because this is Dirac and dinosaurs kind of destroy everything anyway. Yeah, anyway, I do like going for this card quite a bit. I've tested out Diracs, and this is definitely one of my favourite cards to use. Basically, because I keep having Diracs in the graveyard, you can get this card up to a very high amount of attack, and it's not that hard to bring out either. With cards like Fossil Dig, Dirac Giga. Yeah, it's a good card for Diracs, and I definitely like using it. Coming in at number 7, we have a level 7 synchro, and that is of course the first synchro staple on this list, and that is Black Rose Dragon. Now, this really doesn't need that much explaining why this is on the list. It's one of the main sign of dragons for the anime. In my opinion, that has one of the best synchro artworks, and also its effect of course helps you out in very tricky situations. And also this card can actually be used with Natrias actually, because of course since it supports plants, it can help out with a Natria deck profile. Number 6 on this list is of course Allied Justice Catastor. Now I haven't had this card too long. I only got Catastor back in November, but it's quickly shot up as one of my favourite synchros to use, mainly because it just helps me out in very problematic situations. Of course, most people knows the effect of Catastor by now. Battles a non-dark monster, destroys it without applying battle damage. So I can definitely help you out. Say you got a Dirac, say you got maybe a Gemini, Dirac. This thing can just clear the field immediately, and it's quite easy to bring out as well. At number 5, we have Scrap Dragon. Now, Scrap Dragon, of course, is another card that helps out with deal with problematic cards, say like trap cards, spell cards, those sort of things you just need to clear off the board. Also, it can help out with you in combos as well, because if you need to clear a certain card and then activate its effect, Scrap Dragon can I guess help you out in that way, or at least I think. Also, these days it's not that hard to bring out Scrap Dragon. There's a few level 4 tuners, Draginity can bring this out. Quite a lot of deck profiles can now bring out level 8s, and that makes Scrap Dragon more useful. Plus as well, also since scraps are coming back, technically with the new support, this card could be seeing even more play in the future. Number 4, we have Draginity Knight Vajrayana. Now, This is probably one of the youngest synchros I've been using. I only got it in January. But, of course, since I've been playing Dragonities, and especially with Phalanx, this is one of my favourites to use. Because you can just basically either get out a quick level 8 synchro with, of course, the Phalanx combo, or you can actually use its effect where you can double its attack, which actually is not too bad. So it's basically like it's the synchro equivalent of Heroic Challenger Excalibur. That's it. So basically, you just like send one card to the graveyard, and then you can double its attack, which I haven't used as much, but I reckon in a tricky situation that can come in very useful. Now we get into the top 3 synchros on this list, and taking the 3rd place we have Gosto Goldus. Now this is by far my favourite synchro to use in the Gosto deck profile, just plainly because it's a pot of avarice, because you can shuffle 2 Gusto monsters from the graveyard back into your deck, and then as a bonus you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and then destroy that target. So it's definitely very useful to get useful cards back into the deck that you need, such as maybe what's that? Calm, Serenity of Gusto, which I don't actually have that, but it would be useful. And the new one, Pelika of Gusto as well. And of course some Gusto tuners. So yeah, I definitely like using this card, and it has a really good artwork, I think. At number 2 we have another Sign of Dragon, that's Starz Dragon. Now for this was one of the first synchros I ever got, and it's still one of my favourites today. Of course, the effect most people will know, you can use these cards and to get the activation of a trap, spell or monster effect that destroys a card on the field. So basically if you need to protect like a field spell or certain monster on the board, or even a spell or trap, Starz Dragon definitely comes in handy. And of course, as a bonus, it comes back to the field next turn. Also, this card has been reprinted quite a bit of times. I'm not sure how many times, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's the most reprinted synchro, but I know it has been reprinted a few times. As an ultra, first printed as an ultra, then secret, then a super, then a super a couple times after that. But still, it's still one of my favourite synchros. And taking the number 1 spot, this list was actually quite hard to decide, well, most of the places, but I think this one made it onto the list because I just definitely like using it with a lot of deck profiles. I haven't had it too long because it was launched, I think, in April, and that is, of course, Starz Dragon. Now, I actually prefer this to the normal Stardust because with Starz Dragon you can prevent the destruction of a card, but then it goes to the graveyard. With this, you can actually, once per turn, protect a card, so you can protect itself from like a dark hole or something like that. So, and of course it's level 8, so it's definitely usable in Dragonities. Also, the artwork is really good, and yeah, this is helping me out in definitely a lot of situations, and that's why it's my favourite synchro on this list. So there you are. There is my top 10 synchros list. It took me a while to finish this list, but I just wanted to make sure I got it right, and I think it was well worth the wait. So my favourite is Starz Dragon. But what's your favourite? Tell me in the comments what your favourite synchro card is, and tell me. And you could also say why is it your favourite as well. For me, like I said, Starz Dragon is my favourite because it's technically one of the manga dragons. Dual dragons, sorry, they're called in the mangas. It can protect itself without leaving the field, so technically it's more usable than Stardust in that regard, I think. And of course it's a level 8, so it can be used with Violons, Dragonities, and all those deck profiles. So there you are. There is my top 10 synchros list. Oh, I should give an early notification already, I think. Within the next, some point within this next month, I will be actually buying a brand new computer. It's taken me a while to afford one, but I finally have the money to get it. So that could mean that the schedule for top 10 videos might be put on ice. But I'll see if I can get one out in the middle of July, because I'm also actually going on holiday in July as well. So it's so I might not have too much time to make a top 10 video. But hopefully I'll have one out in July. But if not, I should hopefully make it early August. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and this is Mr. King Liam saying bye YouTube.